Welcome back to Question Bound. This will be the second episode. As I said before, if you were here with us last week, I'm Artful, or B, and I'm here with two lovely members of the Wayward Wanderers who can introduce themselves now.
Hi, I'm Rhi and I play Gwen.
Hi, I'm Stevie and I play Cadaver.
And today I'm going to be asking a bunch of questions that I have, but you're also more than welcome to put some questions in chat and we will get to them and ask them as well. Anything about their characters, about Dungeons and Dragons, whatever you can think of. It should be very fun. So I'm going to start off. Good. Be excited. So I'm going to start off with a question that we asked last time, but I think it's really fitting about how was your expectations when you first started D&D versus how it actually came out to be? Since like your first game of playing, I know this was a one-shot for you guys, but how would you compare that? Stevie, you can go first if you're ready.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm ready. So this is my first time really playing traditional like D&D. Like did we start in August, I think? Just doing like the one-shots. And I knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. I knew it was like you create a character and you go on an adventure, and that's basically all that I knew. And it has blown my mind a little bit. I've fallen in love with the storytelling aspect of it, and like the way that you could develop a character, and you know, it's beyond just like a little adventure. We've gotten so emotional and I was not expecting that. It hits hard, and it's so magical, and I really love the storytelling aspect of it. I don't think I expected that. A lot of math, but we're getting there. We're learning through it.
Gotta get a calculator.
Little bit more math than I would like, but it's a learning process. So yeah.
You gotta pull out a calculator.
I do. I always have my phone where I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do a little math right here. My little emergency chat, yelling at Rhi, being like, what do I do? But so, again, whole learning process, but I've fallen in love with it, and now I'm addicted.
Rhi?
So I've played D&D for a number of years. And so when Calder invited us to the one shot, I was super excited because a lot of the people who were in the party that I was like assigned to, I guess, I wasn't actually very close with. So me and Stevie and stuff, we weren't like super close. So I was super excited to start like I guess playing D&D with them, because I know it can be like I always get really emotionally involved in it very quickly and very easily because I get attached to every character I make. Which I think was definitely the case for us, because we were meant to just do this as a one-shot. I tried really hard not to get emotionally attached to Gwen, so I fully random rolled her. I actually had no input over what class, like what race she was, or any of her stats or anything, and then we started doing more and more. So, you know, her strength stat doesn't really help, but this was like my first experience kind of plotting, I guess, in a sense, like where characters were going to go, and like working with a party behind the scenes in interacting, like how they kind of perceive each other and that sort of thing. It was really new for me in that, like Stevie said, in that more storytelling aspect, and I really, really enjoyed it, and it's what's kind of encouraged me to start looking into DMing myself. So
yeah, I think it was the first time I met Kai and Blue. And then my second time, I think, talking with you. So it was all very like, it's been crazy that now we're so close, even though like when we first started, we're just like, hey, yeah, this is my character, nice to meet you.
yeah, literally.
I feel like D&D brings people together, as it should.
Absolutely.
This question is kind of a segue. Is your character anything like how you thought it would be when you first made them? Because I know this was made to be a one-shot. And maybe you were just like, I'm just going to play them once and never come back. And now you've played a couple sessions and really explored them. Are they like how you thought they were going to be from the beginning, or did they evolve?
Stevie has like a really, like, because I don't think Gwen has changed that much, because I always had her as like hero complex, sweet, wholesome, like kind of pure. a bit naive, and really I just kind of delved a bit more into that. So she really hasn't actually changed that much, only developed. But Stevie has like a really interesting answer to this.
Yeah, Cadaver was a whole lot nastier than what you see now. He was the biggest, grossest flirt. He was flirting a lot with Gwen specifically. Was a big show off. Very nasty to Coraline. They had a big, like, they just didn't like each other. I don't know why. He was a nasty man. But then as we played more one-shots, I was like, and then I don't think I made his backstory really in depth for the first time we played, but then like when we all decided, oh, we're gonna play again and then again, I was like, all right, I gotta really figure out what his backstory is. And yeah, I decided, I was like, I don't, like, he's got a Beetlejuice vibe, but I don't want him to be like that all the time, only sometimes. So he has really changed from nasty man to sweet boy with a problem. He's got troubles and he just wants a hug. That's all he wants.
Nasty man?
Yeah.
Put that on a shirt.
Nasty man to baby boy.
What a transition.
Yeah.
You've grown. Who knows who you'll be soon.
Yeah, I hope, oh gosh, the places he'll go. I only hope.
How far can a nasty man go in this world? We'll find out.
Oh god.
Here's a question from chat by Ayo. This is the captain. How are you? How are you two today?
Oh.
A transition. A swap, if you will.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Me and Stevie were getting hyped up as we were doing our makeup earlier, so I'm in a pretty chill mood.
Yes, very, very
It's
chill.
looking fabulous.
It's been snowing a lot, so it's very cold, and I've been, staying in cozy clothes and having tea. That's what I've been doing.
I love that. And your makeup is lovely. Both of you.
Bless us. Thank you.
Yeah,
Don't make me
my like hair talk.
Not the. So this question's from Monster Hume 93 here on the stream. What are your inspirations when creating characters?
I get really inspired by music. I want to say that most of my inspiration for Cadaver comes from the songs that I put together for his playlist. I feel like for me, music just helps me figure out like the emotional tone, especially for Cadaver. Oh my gosh, his playlist is all over the place. But I think that really helped me. I make Pinterest boards for my characters, so Cadaver has one. And that also inspires. So I pick and choose from elements of different media, and I Frankenstein them together, and then I create a character.
I think I'm a bit I don't really plan characters too much in the sense of I'll have like a general vibe I want to go with. Sometimes there are aspects of myself that I like to magnify. Because who doesn't love like a little self-insert?
Oh god, yeah.
It's like with Gwen, it was her naivety that, like my part of my naivety when I went into adulthood that I wanted to play on a lot more with her. With characters in like my Call of Cthulhu campaigns and stuff that I've done recently, it was this kind of thirst for adventure that I put forward there, and with a character for some one-shots that Stevie's got coming up, I wanted to go more on that charismatic side and the kind of cocky confidence. But one thing that I want to explore in the future is I want to explore my kind of flaws and stuff, very much inspired by Hulda's character, Celine, in Tangled and Treasures, where she's actually magnified on some of the things that she wants to work through herself, and she's using her character to explore the depths of that, and I think that makes for a really interesting story, and an interesting way for you to perceive your own emotions. So that's kind of what I want to explore more on. I don't really create that many Pinterest or Spotify like players until after I've created the character, because I feel like that's when I actually get to know that character.
Yeah.
Also, I like how we got a little self-insert there. Hulda's
Yeah, we were
side work.
talking about this before, like, our characters for this campaign are a little bit, they're all a little, like, Cadaver, he has elements of me, for sure.
Definitely.
And it's just, it's fun, I don't think I've ever created a character, like an original character, that I was like, yeah, this is nothing like me. They always have something like me in them, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to emotionally connect with a character that you don't have anything in common with them at all. So having that one kind of bonding, like either emotion, habit, or trait, really allows you like a nice kind of segue into their own mind and how they perceive the world.
Yeah.
As well. I'm loving these deep conversational answers. It's very lovely. Next question is from Mythical Rose, hanging out in the chat. If your character could have a favorite musician / band, who would it be?
I instantly thought of Coldplay.
Oh my god! Not Coldplay!
Cadaver would be listening to Yellow non-stop and crying.
Non-stop? Crying to Yellow?
Yes.
In the bathroom, just crying.
Oh god, I think that's my answer. Enya, because I also love Enya, and I think Cadaver would definitely be vibing with Enya. So Coldplay and Enya, that's my answer.
What a man of layers.
You know?
I think Gwen is very much like a hype girl kind of. She would listen to music that really kind of bolstered like her mood in that sense. So no like sad songs or anything. So I think it'd be stuff like probably Queen, maybe stuff like Madness, because Madness is always like a good vibe. So yeah, I think she'd be quite basic in that sense. She'd listen to stuff that makes her feel good.
Nothing basic about Joy. Not a single thing. Not one problem.
Coldplay.
You said it so quickly. It was so sweet.
It came out of it.
Cadaver in the back of my head was like, it's Coldplay.
And you were like, okay, it's Coldplay, God, and you just did it.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I hear you.
Okay, so apparently me and Gwen both kin indecisiveness, and as soon as that question was asked, she was like, oh, I don't know.
She was thinking about it. She had
to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question, also from chat, Sparrowling95. If you could play any other class in this campaign, what would you play?
A cleric, so we'd have some goddamn healing.
A quick healing word. Just multi-class, get that healing word and leave.
Honestly, yeah. Let me get the Spirit Guardians out so I don't have to focus on actually attacking, so I can focus on, like, bolstering the team, please.
You're valid. You're so valid.
I think I would either want to do a cleric as well. I'm going to be playing a cleric, actually, next one shot that we do, so I'm excited for that. I don't know, maybe a bard. I think I was trying to decide between a rogue and a bard when we were, coming up with these characters. So yeah,
if we'd had 3 bards,
could you imagine?
God, imagine
3 bards.
No,
imagine a party of bards.
Done. Oh. Wow.
Party of bards.
Oh god.
I think it would have been great.
Havoc.
I think it would have been great. Next question, Vampire Thembo, our lovely guy.
Hi, Kai.
What is one thing you would really like to see for your characters in the future?
Ooh, that's a deep one for you, Stevie. We've discussed this.
Yeah.
Give us the details. I'm interested.
For Gwen, while I would never want any harm to come to my sweet baby girl, it would be interesting to see her question her alignment. She's very lawfully good. She follows her moral code and her oath to the T. So I think it'd be really interesting for her to question her oath and question how she should act and behave and think in the world around her, given how the people around her are. So I think that'd be interesting.
I think for Cadaver, we were talking about now that he knows a little bit more information about what happened to Angel, would wanting, to get revenge, obviously, I think is on the plate for Cadaver. But I think he's in this part right now where he's just very confused. I think that was a big thing we talked about, is that he's had this healing moment in his dream with Angel, but he's like, okay, I'm going to strive for happiness, going to strive to be a better person, going to make friends, going to make connections, and, not be so in my head. But now everyone is in their head after having these dreams. And I think that's going to be a big struggle for him, that he's going to butt heads, and it's going to be really interesting to see what decisions he makes based off of his party, because I feel like Cadaver is a very reliant person, like a very reliant character on other people. So if anything happens where someone is like mean to him, he's just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be mean now. Okay, time to be mean. But he's like, oh, affection? You gotta give me a hug. So I think where he goes and what he decides to do will really be dependent on the way his party treats him and like makes decisions.
I think that makes a lot of sense, especially since something like so big happened before Cadaver had this moment, but everyone else had moments that were nowhere near similar, and now they're all reacting to it in different ways, and it might not be, even though Cadaver's ready, maybe the party's not ready. And
I think that is really, really interesting. Like, now everyone is going through it, and
Cadaver's like, wait.
He's like, wait. Can I help you out? Can I help?
Can we come back to that?
Yeah.
What we were doing like yesterday? Can we go back to yesterday?
I think, you know what? I'm most looking forward to seeing him talk about Angel with one of the party members. I think that's what I'm looking forward to most. To him really sitting down and role-playing that out would be really interesting.
That's gonna be some tear-jerking stuff.
I'm ready to cry now at this point. I'm bringing tissues to every stream.
Tears are ready. Oh, absolutely.
I already do it, or I always have tissues like prepped there, because I just never know what everyone's gonna throw at me, and it throws me off every time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. This one's from Sweet_Stories. Sweet.
Hi, Sweet.
Every time it's a friend, we're just like, hi. What's something shocking you learned about your characters?
That's a good question.
We have good questions today.
Ooh. Is it like shocking that like Holder pulled out on us, or shocking that we discovered ourselves?
I think it says something about your characters. So what's something about your characters that shocked you? Like about them, maybe how they reacted to something, how they grew, etc.
Ooh.
I think
you go first. Yeah,
I think sometimes it shocks me how intense Cadaver gets. Like, this wasn't an episode we did for a stream, but I think it was the second game we played where someone was getting mugged, and Cadaver fully lost it. He like saw red and he was going to kill this man. Like, there was no stopping him. And I think it was Gwen and Saint who got involved. And no,
Val and Saint. Gwen got shoved aside like a pancake.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh no.
But yeah, Cadaver, he was like triggered in that moment. And he was just going to straight up kill this man. And I think I'm wondering if that's going to happen again. If he's going to just fully lose it. That I've made some videos and posts talking about, Cadaver having a war within himself, that he desperately wants to be good, but he just feels like he can't be that way. And I'm afraid what Holda's gonna do if she's gonna make something happen where Cadaver might just go off the edge, and that'll be really interesting to see.
Oh, it was Coraline and Saint.
Holda just told us that it was Coraline and Saint.
Disturbance from God, I think.
Hello?
Don't worry, guys. We have a connection to something.
I think for Gwen, the thing that always shocks me is how much patience she has.
She's so patient.
Like
My
the amount
God.
of times where if anyone spoke to me the way that some of the parties sometimes speak to Gwen, I would flip out. I would get so angry, and she'll get frustrated, yeah, but I don't think anyone's ever seen her like fully just very, very, very angry. Like, she's never lost it. She always manages to keep it in. And like, as open as she is about a lot of her emotions, I feel like there's a lot of things that remain unsaid with her, mostly because I think that she knows that there's never the right time or place to say it. Like, she won't even take out her rage properly on like monsters. Like, she's never like fully angry when she kills them. She's just like, yeah, it just needs to be done. So yeah, I think that's the thing that always shocks me sometimes, is just how much patience she has and how well she can fully channel that through me sometimes. So I'm like, ooh, yeah.
I think it'll be interesting the day we see Gwen angry in a way that's real. I think that'll be something.
Me and Rhi are like, when are our babies gonna snap? When are they gonna lose it?
Just waiting.
Oh my gosh.
When will they lose it? God's taking notes, guys.
Oh no.
I'm a little afraid.
Oh boy.
Thinking. All right.
I'm living for the chat right now. I can't.
Holda needs to make a DM video where she's like, what kind of trauma am I gonna put my players through today?
Who's gonna cry in this session? All of them.
Everyone.
Everyone.
She has like a tally chart where she just knocks off who cried at the end of the session.
How many tears did I see? Let's see.
Rhi is winning.
The more you know.
I fully am, yeah. My only victory.
Another question by Levi Cosma. How has D&D compared to any LARPing or theater / drama you've done previously?
Ooh. I think D&D is, so I haven't done LARP yet. That is something that is on the list. But I've done like a lot of theatre, a lot of improv, a lot of medfests and stuff. And I think D&D, for me, is just a little bit more expressive and personal, because it's very much in the moment. There's no script there. And when it's at the table and when it's on camera, like in the same way, you get that kind of experience of like interacting off of other people. And how they tell stories. So it becomes like a kind of creative mishmash of everyone's storytelling kind of narratives all kind of mixing into one, and you have to work with and adapt to other people. So I really enjoy that kind of aspect of it. I don't feel like you can actually get that in many other places, because when it's with live action role playing, like, it's very much in the moment, and you don't get that narrative behind, you don't get that insight behind, whereas with D&D you do. So I really enjoy that.
Anything is possible in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
You can build entire fantasies.
Absolutely, yeah. My background, I acted all through high school, and I have a background in improv as well. Improv was one of my favorites. So I feel like that definitely helped me out and prepare a little bit for D&D. And I've just always loved acting and goofing around and doing voices and creating characters. I feel like D&D is like such an outlet for me to do acting, for me to draw my character, for me to cosplay my character, for me to do storytelling with my, like, it's so many things that I love doing. And I think that was the thing that really drew me in with it, where I was like, I could just go wild in any medium that I want to with this. And it's just, I've had so much fun. I am so addicted to this silly dice game.
The little click dice are so great.
Click dice, man.
The little click rocks.
Wow.
I have to agree. It's not a Q&A for me, but I think D&D has really experienced that. You can make a whole story where if you were just writing it by yourself, you'd write one way, but you can write it with like 6 other people, and they're all going to bring their own thing. And then you're to look back at it and be like, wow, who thought of that? Was it?
Yeah, the collaborative aspect of D&D is so amazing. Like, we brainstorm all the time about our characters, and like people will mention things that I'm like, wow, yeah, that cadaver would feel that way, or like if they did that, that's how he would react. So it is truly awesome collaborating with so many people who also love to tell stories. I think when you find that good group, it's just like, it's a magical feeling. And that's what makes you also so addicted to, because it's like everyone's enjoying themselves, I'm enjoying myself, so let's just keep going.
Time.
You know?
It's just too good a time. It's just too great.
Literally.
We have another question from Mythical Rose, back again.
Hi, Miss.
What's your favorite? Oh, I like this one. What's your favorite snack / drink to have during the D&D sessions? What y'all
Baileys.
snacking on? The way you whispered it to the mic.
Baileys.
I'm always drinking water because my mouth just gets so parched. I know during the dream sequence episode, I literally could not swallow.
It.
I was like, I
You
can't
were dying.
get hydrated. So I have what? Let's see. I have 1. I have 2.
Oh, okay,
I got
2.
3 bottles of water because
3?
I know I need to stay hydrated. Right now, I'm having kettle corn, popcorn.
Ooh.
So that's my snack of the evening. I don't think I've snacked on stream, but afterwards we inhale food. Like we talk about the stream, and I'm just like, let me get my SpaghettiOs and my cookies, and let's chat about it.
Yeah,
I love
like,
SpaghettiOs.
I'll make like toasts and stuff after the stream and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really snack on stream. Like I did once when we had when my Chinese got delivered really late.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was trying to be really discreet about it, but then the cats kept coming in, and I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
So I don't really, but like I drink on stream, and I didn't realize like how much I did until like my managers, all 3 of them, tuned in to like one stream, and then the next day when I was at work, they were like, "So you went through a whole bottle of Baileys?" And I was like, "Oh God, why were you there?
Oh.
How did you know?
Why were you watching me? You creeps. Get out of here."
I'm sorry, someone just called me Snacky Bones. This is true. I'm that person. Like, if we're out, Snacky Bones, I carry snacks with me all the time. I am the person who has the snacks, so that's accurate.
We love a
That's
provider.
yeah. You've got like
You're a breadwinner,
Wayne-
a provider.
Wayne does the whole like just eating their entire dinner and like then you got
Vane makes me jealous. Vane has whole meals, and I'm like, I want some. What you eating?
Vane once
Sure.
had the most gorgeous looking sushi, and I was sat down,
Oh.
my mouth was watering, and I was like, I just ate. I'm not even hungry, but like the prospect of eating that just makes me I really want it.
Out of
Yeah.
pocket.
We love
We do. A question from Jake Helios. How do you get into the zone to roleplay your characters? Solid acting, by the way, Pirate Squad.
Okay.
How do you
so
get into the zone?
I don't really know. I feel like actually I get into the zone when I'm just with the guys and like when the music starts playing. I feel like Hulda actually has a big part in that because the way Hulda can just set a scene, I just feel like I'm there and I'm like, oh, okay, and we're in. Like that's literally like it's a very just dive in head first. I don't really do much else. I can hear my Hulda ears are burning. But yeah, no, she really does. Kai just said something in the chat. She immerses you so fast, and she literally does. So I feel like I just don't even need to like warm up. So
Oh yeah. As soon as we like start the stream, I'm like, okay, time for Cadaver to come on out. And I think especially when I'm doing like performing in cosplay as him, I definitely feel more like energized and in his character. But yeah, Hulda just puts us in the story, and it's very easy to just pick up where we left off.
Just tosses you in, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm in the fantasy realm now.
I hear her sweet dulcet tones describing our
The
scenery,
music starts playing.
and I'm
there's
like,
lutes
oh, I'm here
in the background.
I'm here.
There's loots. The birds are
There's
chirping. There's a tree, and you're like, wow, I'm here.
Exactly.
A question from Scattered Sequins. If you were to cosplay one of the campaign characters other than your own, who would you pick?
I was just talking about this. I was like, I want everyone to try to cosplay one of everyone's characters.
Please.
I think I would really want to try and do Gwen. I love Gwen's whole design. Her bangs and her armor are very, very cute. If it wasn't Gwen, I would probably... I try and do Saint. I feel like that's out of my wheelhouse.
Ooh.
You know, little leather action, big earrings.
I want Vayne cosplaying Cadaver then. We gotta do a nice flip flop.
Oh my god.
I think I'd also want to go out of my comfort zone because I feel like if I went for like a comfort character, like one that I didn't like that I'm used to doing, it'd be like Coraline because I love being gingers with like little cute like button noses and little cute faces and little blusher. Basically, I'm just describing how cute Blue is. But I feel like Cadaver would be fun to try because of all the tattoos. I'd probably like cry at some point or give myself like an aneurysm over it. Like,
oh no,
it's just so much.
I'll walk you through it.
But yeah, no, I think Cadaver would be fun to do. Either that or Val, just because I enjoy doing body paint and I feel like that could be fun thing to try.
That'd be really cool.
Rook. Oh, Rook would be fun because of all the markings. Like, imagine doing the glow and dark markings, like when they light up really and stuff. Cool. I do have some UV paints that I could use to try and do that.
This is sounding more and more like a challenge. This is sounding more like a thing.
It's just gonna be a challenge. Look, we just all have to cosplay everyone's characters. Like, everyone has to cosplay each character. I feel
absolutely.
Like we just got to this point now. Yeah, let's do that.
I don't see a problem. A question from Call of the Dice. How would your character deal with losing a party member?
Oh!
Where'd you ask that? Why? I could flat out tell you
a good question.
Not take it well because he is on a mission to protect every single party member, and no one's going anywhere. No one. For Cadaver's own sanity, no one can leave. No one can die.
But what if they do?
Oh, he's just gonna lose it.
Okay.
You will see the worst part of Cadaver, for sure. Hold on, don't smile!
Holda's like, what? Let me just throw a dragon at him next time. You know, I think they can handle a dragon. Let's do that. A dragon.
Holda's dropping a mind flayer on us.
And you're just like, oh, darn.
Yeah.
Gwen probably wouldn't handle it very well. So I very much based Gwen off of how naive I was when I went into adulthood. And I, for example, had never lost anyone in my life, which was really fortunate for me. I had such a great time with it, but it meant that I went into death with this very fresh and childish aspect of it. I didn't quite understand the finality of it. And I personally didn't handle it very well. So I can't imagine Gwen, my insert of my naivety going into adulthood, would handle it very well. Not to mention, she very much has a very big hero complex, and she does view herself as the shield. So she would always probably try and take the hits for everyone, and if she failed to protect someone, that's her failing. She's failed at that. And that would probably stick with her forever.
I didn't
Personal
realize
responsibility
that
thing.
Cadaver and Gwen are very similar, like in the same way that if anyone dies, they're going to look at it as their own failure. Mm-hmm. Wow. I love that for them!
I love it for them.
Wow.
I always think losing a party member is really hard because, I mean, even if that person doesn't leave the campaign and maybe they play a new character, all you're going to be thinking about is, I remember that time when we did that, or remember that time we did that, and then you're like, and then your characters are remembering that person's gone, and it's a lot for everyone. It can make the party grow, but it can also really hurt them. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Absolutely.
And a softer question.
Please.
Steery 6X, do you approach D&D character creation differently than OCs?
Yes. So I mostly do the creation of the character in the sense of like, what class do I want to be? What race do I want to be? And then I'll probably do their stat rolls before I really decide on what kind of character they're going to be. So I try and let the dice decide, and then I try and roll with that and then try and work with that. Whereas when I'm doing an OC, it's more of, what kind of character do I want to put out into this? What sort of aesthetic do I want to give them? So like when I'm creating a character on TikTok, it will be, I'll design their aesthetic first. I'll see how they look, and then I'll base their personality off of how they look in that sense.
Yeah, I'm
Makes
the
sense.
opposite. I think of the character first, and I plan out all the details, and then I go into the character sheet and create them.
Ooh.
Love a little bit of dynamics.
Yeah.
Dynamics.
Yeah.
Next question from chat. Oyabu asks, who are your ships in this party? Several question marks. It was a lot of question marks. It's about 4 question marks.
Oh, Rhi.
Very curious. Who y'all shipping?
How bad do we want to out ourselves, Stevie?
Please, all the way. You better don't skip on me. Don't skip on me.
We decided to cope with all the trauma that Hulda gives us by writing fan fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been writing fan fiction of just like a lot of different ships. If that answers the question.
Give me like top 2. I need like.
Well, there
names.
was a Val and Cadaver one that was pretty good. Gwen and Val, I love. Gwen and Cadaver as well. Cadaver and Coraline. Listen, I'm gonna just say everybody. I'm literally going to just.
It's just going along.
You know what?
Someone in the chat said drop your AO3. You gotta
Listen, subscribe to my Patreon and maybe I'll drop it there, but it's I love everyone. It's really hard, especially I think at this moment to be like, yes, this is my one and only ship. I don't think I could do that. Even if that ends up happening, I'm still gonna be like, oh, they're good together. I like them together.
Like, we've done some plotting behind the scenes, but it ultimately changes with the characters because we never know what Hulda's going to throw at them or how they're going to respond to the situations and stuff. So all of them have had moments, and all of them have had stuff that you could develop on, and all of them have such contrasting dynamics in their relationship. So like, I love Cadaver and Gwen because they're just so soft, and I love that. I love Saint and Gwen because I love the contrast between them. Like, you know, like Devil and like Divine, like I love that. And then you've got like Coraline and Cadaver, and every time he calls her Little Miss, I swear I'm gonna die.
Little Miss.
I can't.
So good.
But then like I love Val and Gwen for like their banter and how like just nitty at each other they get and stuff. And then I love Val and Cadaver because I love like how like sassy they are and how like the kind of cocky attitudes and the confidence kind of like, it's kind of almost like a battle of wills with them, like who's gonna back down first. And I love that.
Me and Kai have talked about just like Cadaver's very like in the mindset, he's like, I'm not gonna make the first move. I'm not gonna do it. And I absolutely adore Cadaver and Coraline. I think their relationship is really beautiful at the moment. Like it is, I think, grown really nicely from them to being like kind of and standoffish with each other. And then at the lighthouse, they're like, we could be friends. You know, Cadaver's definitely getting softer with her, where I think he was kind of keeping her away. And then Cadaver and Gwen is just like, it's so good. It's so sweet and pure. And then I know a lot of people are like, Cadaver and Saint though. Listen, that would be
just said
that hell.
Someone just commented on it, and I was like, oh.
that would be like a weird hallucination sequence. I don't know.
An alternate universe. A very alternate universe.
Yeah. I feel like the thing with like all of the characters and the reason why like they are just so shippable again is because of the chemistry that everyone has. And for like with Saint and Cadaver, I feel like they're still building up from having a very toxic chemistry, which was just hatred for Cadaver from Saint.
I love that their main thing is miscommunication, and I can't wait for them to finally just like communicate with each other. It's gonna be great. gonna be great.
I think that dynamic is one of my favorites of your party. I know they're all very like nice and they're all very cute, but for some reason the Saint and Cadaver have like this energy that you're just like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat whenever they look at each other. I don't know if they're gonna fight. I don't know if they're gonna argue. I don't know if they're just gonna walk away. Who's gonna win this one?
I think it's also
and
fun.
then you see the moments when they grow. You're like, oh, they're getting better, but let's step back, and you don't know. And it's really dynamic to have characters that just don't like each other. Like that's dynamic.
That's how when I was role playing with Saint, you know, during the whole last episode, I was like, okay, Saint is, you know, I'm gonna try and get Cadaver to talk with her and see what happens. Vane surprises me all the time, and I love role-playing with Vane because I literally don't know what she's going to do. And, like, by the end of that, I was like, okay, Cadaver kind of feels alright in this, like, moment. But then, like, Saint did the whole, like, eye splashing and grabbing his shoulder tightly, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not secure in where they stand anymore. It's really like hot and cold, and I really like that kind of role play.
I will still never get over when we finished a session and it was a Saint and Cadaver up on the deck of the ship, and she basically said, what are you, an angel of death? And then just went, what did you do, Cadaver? And then we ended it there. Us in our Discord afterwards, we were all like, what? We have to wait 2 weeks? And like both Vane and Stevie were just like, we have no idea how this is gonna go. This could go anyway. This could go anyway.
We don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I wrote out what I was going to have Cadaver say, but I had and Vane surprised me in that. I thought like they were gonna have this fight, like they were gonna go at it, and then Saint was just like very calm, and I was like, you threw a curveball at me. I don't know where to go anymore. But that was a really awesome conversation between them. I think it's probably one of my favorites.
I still love that one. It was really good.
It was great. That ending was chef kiss.
Oh, they could be monsters together. So good.
Yes, as they should. A question from Robbie in MC24. Favorite side character on the campaign so far?
I really enjoyed Rook. Like, guest character, side character, I really enjoyed Rook. That was really fun. Oh gosh.
I love the kids. I love them so much. I do. I kind of love.
Forget about them.
What?
Not?
How did you forget about them?
Listen, because in my head, Cadaver really just couldn't give a shit about the kids. Like, I don't know why. I really don't know why. Maybe he just needs to sit down and bond with them, or like do a craft with them. I don't know. But I always forget about them. But that's
paper turkeys.
No, he's just. Listen, he's gone through it, man. He's really just.
Was prepared for the kids.
He wasn't prepared for children, you know. It's a lot.
Wasn't prepared to be parents. Is it the cat? Is your favorite character the cat?
Yeah.
This man has grown up in a graveyard. He can only handle so much interaction, alright?
It's the cat. That's what you're telling us. It's the cat.
I love Jack, I think, a bit more than Agatha. Just because Gwen's had those like bonding moments with Jack, like where he's still having a meltdown, he shared chocolate with her. Like I was like, yeah, you know what, Jack's cool. Not that Agatha isn't, she's sweet, but like she's definitely a suck up to Saint, and like, you know, Jax is Gwen's favorite. But like I enjoyed Nox. I enjoyed interacting with a ghost that was very hospitable and very nice.
So kind.
He was a very kind ghost. He helped Gwen with her armor. I really appreciated that. I thought he was sweet. He was a good ghost. He was sweet. I liked him.
We love Nox, and you know what? Sometimes you don't like the kids, and you just gotta do a craft.
Yeah.
But you've been quoted on that, by the way. I think someone's gonna like put that on a t-shirt. Do a craft by Cadaver.
Oh my god.
It's gonna make him do macaroni art.
Please do macaroni art.
Can I have a
to
shirt
do it or you'll die?
It's Cadaver in macaroni art. Oh my god, I'd cry.
fine art quality.
And then it's like,
So
and the
cursed.
kids.
Do a
Cadaver and the
craft.
kids.
Cadaver and the kids. Hashtag do a craft.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I love it.
Ooh, I really like this question. I want to do it. By Calissa Streams. I might be saying that wrong. I apologize.
said it
I
right.
am small brain.
Hi, Calissa.
Best way to decompress after an especially draining or emotional session.
More Baileys.
The answer is Bailey's. The answer to life
I
is
think-
Bailey's.
Absolutely. I think talking with everyone afterwards helps me out a lot. And then me checking out for like a day and just taking it all in. That's how I process. Again, I've told Holda and everyone this. I'm still not over the whole dream episode. I think about it and I'm like, ugh, I get all nervous again. But yeah, I think when we all talk and chat about it, and that's me decompressing from it.
I think like one of the things that we also do is we hyperfixate on drawing the characters and writing more of the fan fiction to distract ourselves.
Yeah.
We fully just do that, and Holda's just calling me out in the chat.
It's culture.
Well,
Oh, God.
yeah, no, I fully just we spiral into like headcanons for the characters and stuff and that sort of thing, which I think is nice. But it's just nice just to talk to the gang. So
Yeah. Drawing does help. Drawing in the fanfiction does help a lot.
Helps. The fanfiction provides.
Exactly.
We love that. Another question from Mythical Rose. Out of all of the groups, who would you personally want to be in your party?
Oh, as in out of like the Brutal Brotherhood and the Wayward Wanderers together?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh, I think it'd be fun to have because I know like the alignments of the Brutal Brotherhood. I definitely think it'd be fun to have Seed. So having Phoenix, I think that'd be really fun there. But I also feel like Myth is the kind of shit stirrer that would definitely cause some inter-party tension. So that would be, I think, like a lot of fun there as well.
I'd love to play with Myth. I think Cadaver like would just go absolutely like our energies. I could only imagine
Imagine just trading. Imagine just trading a few characters. 1 week, you just throw a few of you guys over to Brotherhood, we throw a few over here to Wayward.
Yeah.
And we see how it goes.
I definitely know that Aldion and Gwen would get along. Me and Jules have spoken about this, about how they would bond over the fact that they bonded with the horses. And I think Myth posted a tweet like ages ago on one of our like tester streams where basically like both me and Jules had done this like exact same expression and pose in both of our sessions, and she was like same energy. So I was like, oh yeah, no, they would be quite fun together, to be honest. Oh, and Seed's pronouns are he, him. Oh, well, not Seed. Seed is they, them, I think, but Phoenix is he, him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, they're both he, him. Got it. Thanks, Kai. But yeah,
thank you, Kai.
The more you know.
Kai, the fountain of knowledge.
Really is.
Really is, yeah, all the time. I didn't know that Kai knew so much about albatrosses.
Right? The knowledge just kept coming.
The knowledge that just came out of nowhere. But yeah, no. So in any case, like, I think Jules and I would probably be quite chaotic together. I definitely feel like Myth would be a little shit stirrer, and I think that would be quite fun. Very much like a wind-up merchant.
Yeah, I just want me and Myth's characters to just like wrestle. Like I don't know why. Like they just go at each other.
You guys like fight like birds, like two pretty birds that are just fighting.
They just like
I don't know why
each other, and they're like you.
And it's like, why are you so angry? You're just nothing happened, but you just are, and you wrestle, and then you go get drinks afterwards, and everyone's like, are they friends?
Cadaver has energy for sure.
Cadaver and Theoden is just like that Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing at each other.
Exactly. Exactly. He'd be like, "You want to go rob a bank or something?"
Theoden would definitely
rob
bring
a
out the
bank or
nasty
something?
in Cadaver. The hidden nasty in
Oh.
Cadaver. Theoden
The
would bring
hidden
out.
nasty
Ooh.
man. Absolutely, I
Ooh,
think
the
that would be
Norsty
fun.
man.
You help him kill
Forgot-
Knife the duck for sure.
Oh,
You'd
well,
be like, "You need help with that? I'll help you with that."
No,
you guys would get it
kill
done.
The duck. You can't
You
kill
would-
it. It's a duck.
He'd be like, "Is the
What have
duck
I ever done to you?
is the duck giving you problems?"
Wouldn't let anyone kill the albatross, and she wouldn't let anyone kill the duck. So she's a bird protector of birds. As it
Myth
were.
says, "Watch them be best friends." Oh God, I'd love that.
Chaos.
When you protect the birds because you might need it if you have two of them next to each other. These two are, they could be duck murderers for all we know.
Probably.
Duck murderers.
A question from Ahoy, this is the captain. Are there any good habits that you have ever intentionally written into your character to try and experiment with or to reinforce in your personality? So are there any habits you've kind of put into your character to try and youify those habits?
Listen, we can't go this deep. I can't.
No, I think we can. I think we can. Ahoy, this is Captain thinks we can.
I think that with Cadaver's struggles with accepting life and death and fate, I think I try and work out with myself sometimes, where it's just like, just let things happen and just like let it go and be peaceful. I struggle with relaxing and being at peace and kind of doing that. So I think Cadaver kind of helps me. I know I'm going really deep, guys. You asked for it. I think Cadaver
Please
definitely is an outlet for me to speak out my frustrations with accepting things, and accepting fate. So I think that'll be my answer for that, is just, he helps me get out frustration.
I think with Gwen, a lot of the things that she says to the rest of the party to try and help them reflect on themselves and their emotions are things that I sometimes wish I would say to myself. That's as deep as I'm going with that.
You're valid. You're so valid. You are so good. EMZ1999 asks, what's your character's favorite outfits? Other than armor, I guess.
I don't get
that armor.
But I mean, it's a little heavy. Other than the armor. Other than the armor.
Just strong.
Other than the armor. My favorite outfit is strong. I enjoy.
Strong. I don't get to show it off enough, but Cadaver's leather skirt is amazing, and I love it. When I was creating him, I was like, do I want like a trench coat or a leather skirt? And everyone, I just sent a picture to everyone in the chat. They're like, get the skirt, and I was like, okay, for sure. It's funny because I think Cadaver, his favorite outfit, not mine, is probably being shirtless. he does not like
Let him be
shirt,
shirtless.
so,
That's my favorite
Shirtless
outfit for him too.
Shirtless and a skirt, best outfit.
Shirtless, and his apron. I gotta make his apron for cosplay.
I think Gwen's is. So I didn't really. Sorry, someone just took me out in the fucking chat. Gwen's gonna be the prettiest girl at the party.
I love it.
Kai has made it their mission to try and get Gwen in a dress. She doesn't wear dresses, she only wears trousers and stuff. One thing that I never really kind of like spoke about a lot, but when she was on the boat, she actually had a green jacket that she bought from the merchant cow who stole their money.
I was like, what cow? But then I realized it's an insult.
It's an insult. I'm sorry, do American people not call other people cows?
No, it's just me.
No.
It's just my process.
Okay.
It was just me.
I've never heard of it, but I live under a rock. Could very well.
But yeah, no,
Oh, God.
Gwen really liked that jacket and like having like a white loose shirt and like her black trousers. She really enjoyed just like wearing loose clothes. But I think some of her favorite clothing is actually like when she was younger, she used to wear like a lot of layered furs and stuff from where she lived in Winter Scar. Where it's quite cold. So some of her favorite outfits are some of the if you think like very Kristoff from Frozen, like those kind of layers there, and that kind of textured fur. She really enjoys wearing those.
I think
Fee.
an outfit that would be Cadaver's favorite that he has not worn is probably just something like royal clothing. I think he daydreams about dressing up
regal.
as oh my god.
Drapery.
I think he would like to be dressed up a little bit, kind of princely. I think he kind of daydreams about that. I don't know. Hold on. Put us at a ball.
Being a little being a little fancy.
When's our
Going
ball?
to the bowl.
Where's our gala episode?
I wonder.
Some people ask for beach episodes. We ask for ball
Beach
episodes.
episode. Listen, we want beach and ball episodes, okay?
I would be down for a beach episode.
Beach
and ball.
Rhi, I'm gonna strangle
Rhi.
you. Rhi, don't do
Rhi.
this to me right now.
Cool though.
Next question. No, Rhi.
No,
We're going to the
hurry
next
with the next
question.
Hurry with the next
Going
question.
to the next question. I looked at the question I was gonna ask next. I'm like, I don't like how it segues. But EMZ1999 also asks, describe your character's ideal date.
Cadavers is a ball where he can break the
But let this go.
I'm gonna knock your lights out. Oh my god. No. I think his ideal date would be, I'm thinking of all of his dates with Angel. I think he would like a good picnic by a lake, by a body of water. He's also, he likes to cook, so he'd make something. They'd sit on a nice blanket by a lake at sunset, and they would just talk. I don't know, maybe if someone wanted to like weave flowers through his hair, he'd love it. He'd love it all.
Well,
no, but I just saw in chat Cadaver in the widow's robe from Amazon, and now I can't stop thinking about it. That flowy robe from Amazon.
Do you know the long drapey one?
Oh my gosh, he would love
God.
that.
Imagine, but
Coulter has just whispered in our ear Val in that, and I really now want to see like Val in the white one and Cadaver in the black one.
Sounds like a new fanfiction prompt.
Anyway,
okay, your ideal date.
Kai said I have to draw it now. I will.
Right now, you gotta. Gwen's never actually had like a romantic experience. She doesn't really understand it because she hasn't really experienced it. So I guess if someone were to ask her on a date, she'd be like a duel? Yeah, sure. So probably like a sword fight or something, like a duel. She'd consider that a duel with some like street food afterwards. She'd be like, yeah, cool. That's a date, right?
They'd be like, would you like to go on a date sometime? And Gwen's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, I'll pick you up at 7. You roll up full in armor, and they're just like, okay, that's really, it's very nice. It's very nice. You go to a fancy restaurant and you just whip out your sword, like, all right, let's go. Like, you just start fighting.
She's like walking and she's like kind of crowded, don't you think, for a date? And they're like, why is it a problem? She's like, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to have room to swing this bad boy. Like, there's too many people.
Oh my god. Wait, does that mean Cadaver and Gwen had a date on the boat?
I was about to say you need to write some fanfic of this supposed date, but it already happened.
She did pin him. I mean, like
she did, and then she did head downstairs.
I don't want to hear this right now. I don't want to hear this.
But someone got drunk instead. It's fine.
Listen, he doesn't know.
Past.
Listen, okay, so I explained this to the group, and this is why Cadaver chugged the absinthe. He literally could not emotionally handle Gwen's kindness and was like, time for a drink, and chugged away. So that was the only reaction he was going to have in that moment. If he was smarter, perhaps he would have followed her. we won't talk about it anymore, okay? Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, no, the moment's
The way you looked away and like a deep sigh off to the side.
Oh, it's come up a lot.
It's one of those
Hold on,
things
did
that's
you
gonna
just
stick
type
with you.
bone in the chat. Just typing bone in
Bone.
God.
Oh my god. Okay, Pepe Swans asked, how do you think your party would have developed if they were on the other party? So how do you think you would have developed if you were with the other group? That was a song just there.
I think Gwen would have snapped at some point, probably.
I was gonna say, I don't think Cadaver would have done necessarily well.
So, like, Theoden, I really see, like, if we were in the other party, I feel like Theoden and Gwen would clash a lot. Like, their alignments are the entirely opposites. And I feel like he would purposely try and get under her skin at some point. Because I feel like she would rile him up because of how, like, righteous and good she is all the time. She would probably rely on probably Seed and Aldion a bit too much. Diffel, she would probably, I feel like with Diffel, because they're both paladins, because they're both pure, she might feel like threatened by Diffel or feel like she's comparing herself a bit too much for her. So I feel like it would have, I feel like being on the other party would have just definitely got under her skin. And she wouldn't have been not as relaxed, because she's definitely not relaxed with the Wayward Wanderers. But with the Wayward Wanderers, she can definitely enact some of her, again, I say it again, her hero complex. And she has almost like a moral high ground which she's sticking to. And I feel like that gives her like a sense of like achievement whenever something gets done. Whereas with the Brutal Brotherhood, that would be severely challenged. And I feel like that would have very much made her question a lot of things about herself.
Mm-hmm. I think
different energy to the Wayward Wanderers. A different emotional
it is a whole
energy.
different energy. I'm trying to think how Cadaver would be. I think he would stay grumpy. I think maybe he would even fall a little bit more into being, I don't know. I think he'd just be frustrated. And I don't think, Gwen was really his sign, like, and driving purpose to, like, go on adventures with the party. So I think I would have to do a little rewriting with his backstory, see, like, why he would join the Brutal Brotherhood. But yeah, it is really interesting to see how well our groups, like, fit within themselves and, like, how everyone is just works so well with each other. And then throwing each other, like, into the different groups is, oh gosh. It's fun. It's fun to think about, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very lovely. Big brain thoughts. Oh, the music. Oh, music is a little spicy. I love that.
Why is the music suddenly a hoedown? Wait,
that's what I was thinking. It just listen.
Why?
We're going to Yeehaw Town and we're going to Bone Town, and don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Yeehaw Town.
I love that.
It's
my
a
mind
bop.
is racing right now. Howdy, y'all. Oh my
Howdy.
God.
This is the
Yeah,
cowboy.
talking in
You guys
birds
said
today.
beach episode, more like cowboy episode. Get your spurs, get your chaps. We're going to the freaking Wild West.
Get your lassos.
Oh my God.
Fanfic, isn't it?
Ring.
It's
Don't bring out McCree. Get McCree out of here.
I genuinely can't handle McCree. Like, if I ever play Overwatch him, I'll just play him. I'll just listen to his voice lines. I can't.
Oh, right.
So
You're very correct.
We can't.
Big same.
Hold on, I'm gonna
I have
pass out. Please.
The chat. The chat.
Hulda's making excuses.
Hulda's
I'm just
making
gonna quickly shut
excuses.
the doors so I don't get attacked by my cats again.
Okie dokie.
Oh, it's lovely.
Levi?
We're gonna talk about McCree, and it's gonna go fine.
Just saw
Great.
Levi said, make Cadaver wear assless chaps. I'm gonna pass away.
Cotton Eye Joe. God, it just traveled from one ear to the other.
Right.
and
Okay.
Swift.
We need to continue forward because
Yeah.
Yes, we
we're
do.
both getting exposed.
Okay. A question from Soap Suts. Here in the chat, what do you think your character's reactions will be to the Rose revelation?
I'll go first because my one's going to be a little bit shorter. So Gwen, because she's not really involved in that. There's no like trauma or backstory there for her. The way that she's going to respond is going to be the way that the party responds. She's definitely going to feel like she's a glue to try and keep everyone together. So it very much depends on how much they all clash on their own intentions, their own morals, and their alignments in that sense, and where they want to go with that information, which is where she'll be trying to keep her fingers on the cracks and the foundations of their party.
I would say Cadaver, the party definitely would need to do some deep emotional bonding with Cadaver to ground him, for sure. I think that definitely needs to be a thing that happens, or else Cadaver, if he meets Rose and figures out, I think he's gonna meet Rose and he's going to want to kill her, flat out. There will be no stopping. There's gonna be no stopping him. And I'm kind of scared to see if anyone does try, because especially Coraline, and that'll hurt a lot if Cadaver, he'll feel betrayed by her. It'll be a mess. It will really be a mess. And right now he doesn't know that, Rose is connected to Coraline, and that's just gonna hang in the air for a while, I'm guessing. And yeah, Cadaver is going to make sure that he gets revenge. Yeah, I mean, he's a nasty boy. We've
established on 4 separate occasions he is nasty.
Depending on how nasty he gets, again, will be where his relationship stands with everyone else in the party. Definitely. If there's a deep connection with someone, they might be able to rein him in and control him. But if not, he won't care. So make him care, guys. Make him care.
Like a challenge. That sounds like a challenge.
Trying.
Gwen, you're doing amazing.
Oh, you're doing amazing, sweetie. I'm so proud of you.
You're the best.
Okay. So be the last question. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but I think this one is a good one to end it on. From Mythica Rose, what would your character's favorite Disney movie be?
Oh.
Wow, the most stumping question is what Disney movie would be their favorite. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Wow.
I like how this is the question. This is the question.
That'll
take you out.
It'll take us out.
I feel like Gwen's would be Brave, just because. So I very much based Gwen in like a Celtic kind of background, a kind of mix of Celtic and Nordic kind of roots. So Gwen has always viewed like her fate as this very questionable thing, and until she got her until she found herself through her oath to the god Tyr, she kind of always assumed that she'd be at home forever, part of the family's generation, that the next one's along in her same old village. And then this oath drew her outwards into the world, and it was very much about her controlling her own fate and stuff. So I feel like Brave would definitely be about that.
I love that. That's so good. I think Cadaver's would be Moana.
Oh.
I think finding purpose and finding out who you are and where you belong and finding power within it. I instantly started to hear the song Moana sings to Tafiti. Like the oh, I'm gonna get so emotional about it. But like they've stolen the heart from inside you. I think Cadaver would see like Tafiti Lava Monster and be like, that's me. And but really
I need an animatic. I need a cosplay. I need an animatic. I need something to that song.
I am
now.
seeing Cadaver as Tafiti and then Gwen as Moana.
I thought this would be the cutest. I thought this would be the nicest question. I thought it would be easy. It'd be cute.
No, yeah, I think he would definitely love Moana for that reason.
I love that so much.
I went this whole Q&A without crying, and we got to the last question.
I did.
Are you kidding me? Why would you say
I thought it would be the least upsetting question. Somehow.
No, you're like, here's a light question.
It'll be fine.
No.
I asked you about your characters dying early, and you're okay, we got past that, so this one can't be bad. Apparently, Disney is what ruins us.
You know what? But is that really too hard to understand? Like,
no,
Disney?
no, it's not. No, it's not at all. Okay. But with that, we're sadly gonna have to end. It has been amazing asking you guys questions. We've got lots of great content to leave here with. You know, we've got fanfics, we've got new quotes, we got t-shirts, we got it all.
Crafts with the
Saturday. Crafts
with the kids, the macaroni.
The macaroni kids. This Saturday, the Brutal Brotherhood is up, and then next Saturday will be the Frankenpunk one shot that'll be happening. So definitely check that out. And the next question about will be this time, well, earlier, about an hour earlier, next week on Wednesday, and it'll be with Zach and Hulda, where we will pick Hulda's brain. So be sure to check out Somewhere Bound's Twitter and Instagram and just start leaving questions for them, because, you know, we're about to come through with all the questions. But thank you all so much for coming. All the people in the chat, for you two for being here. Thank Hulda for setting up this amazing stream.
Thank you, Hulda.
Thank you.
Have a good.
You're welcome.
I can hear this voice.
You're welcome.
Oh, I heard you. Welcome from somewhere. Have a wherever you are, wherever you may be. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever time it may be.